Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into the fascinating double-edged sword of a molecule that is literally keeping you alive right now, every single second of the day. You know, we usually tend to think of our internal biology as this perfectly harmonious system. But the reality? Well, there's actually a highly dangerous chemical balancing act happening right this second inside your blood vessels. So let's kick things off with a pretty wild thought. What if the very biological machinery responsible for transporting oxygen all throughout your body is hiding a dark, destructive secret? It turns out the exact molecule that makes our blood red and gives us life is remarkably close to being a lethal poison. Okay, to make sense of this paradox, we first need to meet our main character, heme. It's the fundamental prosthetic group in hemoglobin, and it essentially acts as the ultimate biological hero for all aerobic organisms. Its structure is this tetrapyrrole ring with an iron atom perfectly bound right smack in the center. And because of that unique shape and that central iron atom, heme is an incredibly versatile biological catalyst. It facilitates electron transfer, it participates in oxidative reactions, and of course, most famously, it delivers molecular oxygen directly to our cells. Honestly, without it, we wouldn't survive for more than a few minutes. Section 1, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Let's see how this split personality actually works. It's really a tale of two molecules. On one side, we have bound heme. When heme is securely caged within hemoproteins, like the hemoglobin in our red blood cells or the myoglobin in our muscles, it's perfectly safe. It just goes about its vital physiological duties. But on the flip side, we have free heme. If that heme ever gets released from its protein cage, it becomes a complete rogue fugitive. In this free state, it is highly toxic, potently oxidative, and capable of massive biological destruction, rapidly shredding DNA, proteins, and lipids. And it all comes down to exactly one thing: a single atom of iron. That one iron atom sitting at the center of the heme ring is what gives the molecule its oxygen-carrying superpower, but it's also the exact same feature that gives it its deadly oxidative potential. When you think about it, it's an incredible biological risk. We rely on a highly reactive metal just to breathe. Section 2, when heme goes rogue. So what actually happens when, say, red blood cells rupture or tissue gets severely damaged, and this caged beast is released straight into our bloodstream? Well, a catastrophic chain reaction kicks off. First, the heme escapes. Second, the exposed iron in that heme molecule reacts with the hydrogen peroxide that's naturally present in our bodies. This triggers something called the Fenton reaction. Third, this reaction generates highly reactive free radicals, specifically hydroxyl radicals. And fourth, these radicals act like biological shrapnel. They steal electrons from other molecules and trigger this runaway lipid peroxidation cascade. In plain terms, rogue heme starts a biological rusting process that literally shreds your surrounding cell membranes. There's a great quote from the research that really hits the nail on the head here. Heme can destabilize biological membranes, increasing its permeability and the chance of lysis. See, because the porphyrin ring of the heme molecule has an amphipathic or hydrophobic structure, free heme actually seeks out and wedges itself right into the lipid layers of our cells. It doesn't just bump into cells, it embeds itself deep into their outer walls, completely destabilizing them from the inside out and leaving them totally defenseless against those free radicals we just talked about. Section 3, setting off the alarms. Thankfully, your body doesn't just sit back and let this happen. We've actually evolved a highly sensitive alarm system specifically designed to detect this fugitive. Once it's free, heme acts as what biologists call a DAMP, a damage-associated molecular pattern. DAMPs are endogenous molecules, meaning they come from our own damaged cells. But when they're found floating freely where they absolutely shouldn't be, they flash a massive biological red alert. They signal to the rest of the body that huge cellular damage has happened, which instantly kicks off a massive acute inflammatory immune response. And how does the body actually hear this alarm? Well, heme literally trips a specific molecular tripwire on our innate immune cells. It's called toll-like receptor 4, or TLR4. When free heme binds to TLR4, it triggers the MyD88 inflammatory pathway. Think of this pathway like a blaring cellular siren. It signals white blood cells, specifically neutrophils and macrophages, to swarm the damaged tissue. These cells then start dumping inflammatory cytokines like TNF, along with lipid mediators that increase vascular permeability and draw even more immune cells to the fight. Heme is literally forcing the immune system into total overdrive. Section 4, the body's defense system. Now, what's really fascinating is how we actually survive this daily threat. Mammals have evolved a highly specialized biological police force, whose sole job is to hunt down and neutralize this rogue heme. Let's meet the cleanup crew. First up is haptoglobin. It acts as a first responder, binding to any escaped hemoglobin to prevent it from oxidizing and dropping its heme in the first place. But if heme does manage to break free, the second responder, hemopexin, steps in. Hemopexin binds to free heme with incredibly high affinity. It literally scavenges it from the bloodstream and drags it inside the cell through macrophage receptors. Finally, once the rogue heme is dragged inside, it meets heme oxygenase, or HO1. HO1 is the ultimate peacemaker enzyme. Its one and only job is to completely dismantle and neutralize the heme threat.
And how HO1 goes about neutralizing heme is honestly nothing short of biological alchemy. It beautifully catabolizes the toxic heme molecule, breaking it apart into equimolar amounts of three things. First, biliverdin, which surprisingly has anti-inflammatory properties. Second, carbon monoxide. Yep, the gas. Turns out in these microdoses, carbon monoxide is highly anti-inflammatory and actually protects our tissues. And third, it releases the free iron. Now, because free iron is super dangerous on its own, a specialized protein complex called ferritin immediately steps in, acting like a secure, non-toxic vault to lock that iron safely away. Your body literally recycles a lethal toxin into protective, healing byproducts. How cool is that?
Section 5. The malaria connection. Let's look at how this plays out in the real world. The dynamics of heme toxicity aren't just some internal maintenance issue. They actually form the basis of an epic evolutionary arms race with one of humanity's absolute deadliest enemies, the malaria parasite, Plasmodium. When a mosquito injects Plasmodium into your bloodstream, the parasite targets your red blood cells. It literally eats your hemoglobin for nutrients so it can replicate. But by doing so, the parasite creates a massive problem for itself and for us. Digesting hemoglobin results in a massive toxic spill of free heme right inside the host's red blood cells. Now, if the parasite just left that free heme sitting there, it would actually die from the very toxicity we discussed earlier. So to survive its own toxic meal, Plasmodium evolved a mechanism to rapidly crystallize the free heme into a polymer called hemozoin. By turning this liquid toxin into a solid crystal, the parasite effectively detoxifies its environment. But here's the catch. When the red blood cell eventually ruptures, this hemozoin crystal gets dumped into the host's bloodstream. And once it's there, it acts as a massive pathogen alarm, severely aggravating our immune receptors and driving the deadly, overwhelming inflammation that is characteristic of a severe malaria infection. But human evolution fired back with an incredible, if somewhat costly, defense mechanism. Fascinatingly, genetic conditions like the sickle cell trait cause a chronic, extremely mild leaking of heme into the blood because of fragile red blood cells. Now, this tiny amount of free heme isn't enough to kill the host, but what it does do is constantly trigger the production of our peacemaker enzyme, HO1. It keeps the body's defense system continuously pre-activated. It's always on high alert. And because HO1 is already pumping out that protective carbon monoxide, it inadvertently blocks the massive inflammation caused by malaria, effectively protecting the host from severe disease. It's just a breathtaking example of an evolutionary hack, utilizing heme's own biology against the parasite. So, as we wrap up this explainer, we're really left staring at the ultimate biological paradox. The exact same molecule that catches oxygen in your lungs and carries it safely to your brain has the power to rip your cells apart from the inside. We literally only survive because of a microscopic, heavily armed security force constantly patrolling our veins. So it kind of leaves you wondering, if the very molecule keeping us alive wages a daily war inside our bodies, what other incredible, deadly, life-giving secrets are quietly circulating within you right now?